So I have some big news that I wanted to share with everybody. And a few of you guys have predicted this in my comments, but we are leaving Florida. This is something we decided a couple months ago, and the main reason we've been working so hard to do all of these home renovations so quickly. The cost of living in Florida has risen drastically since we moved here in 2020. And the price we are paying to live in Florida is just not worth what Florida has to offer to us. With inflation, the looming recession, and housing prices about to drop, selling our home right now is the smartest financial option for us. There are certainly other reasons that we have decided to leave Florida, but in this video, I'm just going to talk about our financial reasons for leaving Florida. So we are trying to get our house finished and on the market as soon as possible. Our goal is to get it on the market next month. I'm going to be sharing all of our home renovations and how much we end up selling our house for and how much we end up profiting on our house in future videos. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell so you don't miss those videos if you're interested in following along. But let me show you exactly how expensive Florida has become just in the 3 years that we have been living here. We own our home. We were able to pay cash for it in 2020, not because we're wealthy, but because I made a pretty good real estate investment in my early 20s with the first home that I purchased after the 2028 recession. I was able to renovate and sell that home for a lot more than I paid for it. And with the equity in that house, I was able to buy a house in Florida with cash. We bought a really small house. It was a fixer-upper for just $150,000. The goal was to fix up this home over many years while we were living in it and then resell it for a nice profit once my now teenagers moved out. My older kids are 17 and 15, so we still had several more years that we were planning on living here. But it just doesn't seem smart to stay here any longer. And honestly, with the economy the way it is, it doesn't look like my teens are going to be able to move out like they want to as soon as they turn 18. So we own our home, we're mortgage free, but for the price that we're paying to live here, we might as well be paying for a mortgage in another state with as much expenses as we have just in property taxes and homeowners insurance. We knew when we moved here that it was going to be more expensive, but just in the last 3 years, our prices have increased so much and are continuing to rise substantially. First, let's look at the price of our homeowners insurance. Both premiums and deductibles have been increasing. So we moved here in July of 2020. So we are just now starting to get our yearly premiums for our homeowners insurance and our car insurance. And we are just shocked at the increase that our bills are going to be going up. From 2022 to 2023, our homeowners insurance is going to be increasing 27%. We have filed 0 claims and had no fileable damage due to Hurricane Ian or Nicole this past year. But we are being stuck with paying the damage that has been done to everyone else's home. We are lucky in the sense that at least our home is insurable and our insurance company hasn't gone insolvent. So we do still have homeowners insurance, unlike some other people in Florida, but our premiums and deductibles are just almost not affordable anymore. We don't have an HOA fee, but other people's HOA fees have been increasing. One of you guys actually commented on a previous video and said that your HOA fee has increased 150% from $300 to $750 due to the insurance crisis that's been going on in Florida. So next, our property taxes have increased 21% from 2020 to 2023. They just keep on going up and up and up. Our next huge increase in expenses is going to be our car insurance. Just in moving to Florida from Tennessee, we saw a drastic increase in our car insurance premiums. But then from 2022 to 2023, our car insurance is going to be increasing 67%. We did have an accident a couple months ago that was not our fault. So we did make a claim. And I'm guessing that that is why our insurance has gone up so much, because we previously had not had any accidents for many, many years. Driving in Florida is really dangerous, and there are a ton of car accidents. Just in the 3 years that we've been here, we have been in 2 separate car wrecks. The first one we didn't make a claim on because we knew that it was going to raise our rate at least a little bit, and the damage wasn't that much. But this last car accident, we had $7,500 worth of damage, so we did file a claim. But for it to go up that much when the wreck wasn't even our fault, Florida's a no-fault state, it just seems a little bit extreme. So some other expenses that are increasing: one, our utilities. They have increased 11% since last year. This is due to an increase in usage cost and an increase in the base fee and new regulatory fees. Per a statement released by the Florida Power and Light Company earlier this year, these increases are due to the increase in fuel costs due to the Ukraine war, higher domestic temperatures resulting in a higher demand of fuel, and infrastructure improvements. So we are not renters, but my teens have been looking at rental prices because they had wanted to plan to move out when they became adults, and they were looking at how much rent cost in our area. From 2020 to 2022, Florida rental prices have increased 36% on average. Now, rental prices have increased all over the nation, but the national average of increase is just 5%. There is no rent increase limit in the state of Florida, so landlords can legally charge as much for rent as renters are willing to pay. And in Florida, renters are willing to pay a lot. And then food prices in Florida have increased dramatically as well. Again, same thing has happened all over, but Florida's average food price has increased 11.8%, while the national average is just 9.9%. So let's talk about the good news. Florida home values have increased 80% over the past 5 years. That means the house that we bought in 2020 is worth significantly more than we paid for it. Right now, home prices are at an all-time high. And if we go into a recession, the value of our home is going to drop significantly. Because of the increase in interest rates, there are fewer homes on the market right now because fewer homeowners are willing to sell their homes. They are likely locked into a good interest rate, and they don't want to trade that in for the super high interest rates that we have right now. This decrease in inventory is helping to drive up home prices. Florida is the fastest growing state in the country. People want to move here for the weather and the lifestyle. There are fewer people wanting to buy homes right now, but Florida is somewhat protected from that because so many people are wanting and willing to move here. We are also lucky that our home's price is going to be below the state average, so more people are able to afford our home, even if they're on a budget. Our home is smaller, so it's a great starter home or rental. And we picked an excellent area when we bought the house. When we bought the house, we were very conscious about resale value, and we did want it to be an investment in something that was going to build equity. So our house is just 2 blocks from a fabulous park with a boat dock and water access, and homes that are just 1 road over are selling for $500,000. And it's always smart to have really expensive homes really close by. So we're pretty confident that our home will sell for enough to get us out of Florida and for us to still be in a good financial position. And I want to make sure that I point out that I know that we are fortunate that we can leave Florida. Moving is expensive, and we do have a home that we can sell that will help us get established in a different area. Not everyone has these advantages. Many people are stuck in Florida. They're becoming homeless, they're living in cars because it is not easy to live here right now. The cost of living is going up way faster than wages are. And I am so sorry if you are struggling even more than we are. Even though we do own our home, it has still been really difficult for us to live and very difficult for us to move. All of our money is in our house and we don't really have any cash on hand. We are currently spending money that we kind of don't have to do renovations to our home that we planned on doing over many years so that we can sell our house as fast as possible and for as much money as possible. It will help to put us at an even better advantage, but we are making a lot of sacrifices right now. We were completely without a kitchen for a month while we were renovating our kitchen. We are doing it all ourselves because we don't have the money to hire somebody else. So it took us a little while to get everything done. Right now we're living on our bare bones budget. We are only paying our bills and we're not spending any money on fun or entertainment. We are spending all of our time working on our house and we're not really getting to relax or have any fun. But we feel like we have to do all of these things so that we can better our future selves. We have to get out of Florida and we have to get out of Florida now. I've been using all the money that I've been making on YouTube to try and cash flow as many of these renovations as possible. So I truly appreciate everyone who's been watching, liking, commenting on all of my videos. It helps me out so much. So thank you everyone who has been watching. I will continue to keep you updated on all of our renovations and all of our future moving plans. We don't have everything figured out, but we will.